Hey everyone, it's Cyrano, and I'm just going to do a quick review on the DLC that's come out for Dungeon Siege 3. Now, the DLC adds 5 new levels, and adds a whole new zone, a desert zone. Almost every creature here is fresh, there's hardly any repeats. A lot of these creatures add a lot of new depth to the combat, so each one of their moves generally won't be something you've seen before. You'll have things like these spellcasters here, which will summon huge golems, and essentially you have to kill the spellcaster to kill the golem. There are also those golems, and they have no masters, so you have to kill them as well, straight out. Now, in addition to what I've just said, the game also adds new super moves, an ultimate ability I think it's called. There's a heal, a shield, and DPS. Now, the heal will use up your orbs and heal your hit points up instantly. So, where before I had to leech my heals off by attacking the enemies, now I've got an instant heal. Now, you can get here halfway through the game if you're playing the main game and get these abilities, and then go back to the main game to make your main game experience a bit easier. There's also a shield which prevents you from taking damage. And there's also a huge AoE explosion ability which does damage to everyone around you. Now each of these ultimate abilities will use up all your defensive orbs. And each orb that they use up will have a greater effect. Now, as you can see here with the conversations in the DLC are far better than the original. You don't have any characters with their backspace in the target like you had in the original. And you generally have your companion in those cutscenes as well. Now here is one of the boss battles. The boss battles, they are hard. There's also a lot of them, and there's a lot of mini bosses. So quality wise for this DLC, this zone is the highest quality, and it is the hardest. And I would say it's probably the funnest. Now, for equipment, there's lots of equipment here, and the stats on the equipment seem to be better balanced than the original game. In addition to that, you also have enchants. You'll have these essences that drop, and you can put those essences onto your weapon to add things like stagger effects, life leeching effects, and that sort of thing. And in addition to that, each of these effects and essences that you can enchant with, they will drop now in the main game. So if you're still playing the main game, you may want to buy this DLC just because it adds to the original campaign as well. You don't have to wait until you finish the main campaign. And if you do happen to have finished the main campaign, there was a save there called the Endgame Save, which I could just load up, and it put me in a causeway straight to the new zone. The story for the new zone ties in pretty reasonably with the Dungeon Siege lore, but it is generally an independent storyline. I did find it interesting though, because I think this area is from the Dungeon Siege 2 game, where all the areas in the main game are from the Dungeon Siege 1 area. Hopefully more DLC will show off more of the Dungeon Siege 2 zones. In addition to higher levels, when you get to these high levels, you'll also get a 5th orb. As you can see, I've got 4 orbs now. There is a 5th orb that you will get eventually when you're leveling up. You still won't be able to max out everything on your character, so be careful what you're choosing. This is Cyrano, and thanks for watching.